remember Indra Sani said that promotion, there cannot be any reservation. So when Indra Sani said there cannot be any reservation in promotion, we neutralized it through constitutional amendment. Which article was, which clause was inserted for promotion? 4A. 4B was inserted for neutralizing the Supreme Court judgment that 50% rule is applicable on current year vacancies. So we partially amended it and said it is applicable but only in the current, not on the backlog vacancies. You also remember the Supreme Court in Indra Sani also held there cannot be any reservation for economically weaker section because Constitution does not provide it. So Murthy Sahab was called and Murthy Sahab drafted this. To neutralize the Supreme Court judgment, a new clause was inserted, clause 6 in the Constitution, according to which now the Constitution itself provides reservation for economically weaker section. Earlier there was nothing in the Constitution, now the Constitution provides it. As you can see, nothing in this article shall prevent the state from making any provision for the reservation of appointments or posts in favor of any economically weaker section of citizens other than, this is important, other than SC/ST OBC. So who is economically weaker section? A general category candidate who is poor. Poor means as on today, income of 8 lakhs or less per annum, including his own income. So the basic difference between OBC creamy layer and economically weaker is that for OBC you are not counting the income of the candidate while determining the 8 lakh rupees per annum. But for economically weaker section, we are counting his own income also besides the income of his parents. In OBC we see income only of the parent, not of the candidate to decide whether he is creamy layer or not. So in other words, let us say somebody joins in Goa in a class 1 post. Obviously his salary will be more than 8 lakh rupees per annum. Next year he wants to appeal for the UPSC civil service examination and wants to avail OBC benefit. Can he avail it? Yes, he can, because his income will not be taken into account. But let's now take another example. Somebody economically weaker section join as a lecturer in a college in Goa. Next year he wants to appear in the civil service examination as an economically weaker section. Not possible because now his own income will also get into that 8 lakh. So this is the basic difference. So in fact it is becoming very difficult to get EWS candidates. I don't know your experience, but the experience in Government of India is EWS तो candidate ही नहीं मिल रहा है. जिसको एक बार नौकरी मिल गई वो तो गया EWS से बाहर, उसका income देखा जाएगा. So this is the basic difference. So now we have through clause 6 the reservation for economically weaker section also. This was, as you know, was challenged few months ago last year in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court held it is valid. Somebody challenged it as violating of the basic structure of the Constitution. Supreme Court said no basic structure has been violated. So this has been upheld and the reservation is there to continue for economically weaker section. Up to 10%, the Government of India has, and all states have issued exactly 10%. This was just before this 4 years ago, that means around 2019. Before actually bringing EWS order, the government first amended the Constitution because they were aware if they issue an order for EWS, it will be struck down on the basis of Indra Sani. So they first amended the Constitution and then got it. So that is why EWS reservation is applicable only from the year 2019. So any vacancies which have arisen before 2019, on them you don't have to recruit EWS from 2019 onwards. This is a joke. Their Murthy is no character. Murthy is actually a fictitious character. But sometimes it becomes easy to understand. Yeah, there is no Murthy actually. Murthy is actually my friend. He is junior to me. Okay. So Let us now recall what we have done. 16.1 equality of opportunity. 16.4 reservation in direct recruitment for SC, ST, OBC. 16.4a reservation in promotion. 16.4b 50% limit is not applicable on backlog vacancies. 16.6 reservation for EWS other than SC, ST, OBC. This is what we have learned so. Alright? Can I go ahead? Yeah.
Sir, I have a query. Sir, if now the reservation post is 38 and 40th is EWS.
Yeah.
So only 2 vacancies are there. Should I give that 40th one for EWS or wait for 10 more vacancies?
No, as per the new EWS roster which we have implemented, and Government of Goa has simply borrowed it from the Government of India, every 10th point is for EWS. So whichever roster you will now maintain, you will have every 10th point for EWS. So if already an existing roster you are continuing, suppose in that roster you have already covered up to 35, that means the 40th point you will give to EWS. No, why will you wait for 10 minutes? Right. So we will make the 40th point, 50th point, 60th point for EWS. Whenever they will come, you will give it. Yeah, then the constitution itself is providing reservation of 10% on top of 50%. 50% was basically for SC, ST, OBC put together. So for SC, ST, OBC, you will not exceed 50%. It is already 59.5 now, because when we are taking this is the constitution itself is now providing 59.5% reservation. Goa reservation is actually 2% for scheduled caste, 12% for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and 27% for OBC, and 10% for EWS. So, in Government of India, we have exceeded 50%, but the constitution permits it. There is nothing. Sportsman quota, ex-serviceman quota, all those things, freedom fighters quota, all those quotas are there. Actually, they are not vertical in the sense. What does it mean? Suppose you give reservation for PWD also. So, if that PWD will have to be either a scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC, general, or EWS. So, one same person will consume 2 quotas simultaneously. So, if a PWD is scheduled tribe, he will consume the PWD quota also, and the same person will consume the scheduled tribe quota also. So, therefore, it will not exceed.
We say just PWD and some type of disability. Okay. Whether he is ST, SC, we are not putting them.
So,
it becomes an application of general only. So, is it taking the general quota or is he taking the specific? Then we have to ask which caste do you belong to? Like that, we have to ask later.
When you will advertise it for PWD, whichever PWD has got the highest mark, you will select him.
Yes.
Suppose he is SC.
Suppose he is SC, if we ask him. Otherwise, why should he produce his reservation, caste certificate?
No, I couldn't get your question. What is the question?
See, we advertise a post, sir, saying that we have one post for PWD.
Well, lovely.
And let us say he should be belonging to a particular disability, maybe a locomotory or whatever. So we get the application. Let us say there is one application, we pick that person. So you are saying that if he belongs to SC, how do we come to know that he is SC? So after recruitment, should we ask his caste certificate?
That's a very, still not the question is clear. Whenever you will advertise any vacancy, there is a format in which a person has to apply.
Yeah.
So in that format, you ask his name.
Yeah.
You also ask his father's name.
Yes.
You also ask whether he is SC, ST, OBC or not.
No. No.
That's your fault, not my fault.
We have not advertised.
Ma'am, you advertise or not advertise, you have to write his caste in the service book. So how you are managing without writing whether he is SC, ST, OBC or not? A format has been prescribed, you have to ask him. Then why you are asking his father's name? What his father's name has got to do with recruitment? No, just hold on.
No, not that.
Just let's understand things in perspective. Whenever you advertise a vacancy, you collect the basic data from the candidate. Whether he is applying against a SC vacancy or not, you will have to ask him his caste. And if he is selected, not only ask him caste, he may have been selected against an unreserved vacancy. But when he joins in the service book, you will have to write name so and so, father's name so and so, caste, scheduled caste,
So,
or scheduled tribe, or OBC.
Even if the person is taken under unreserved,
Absolutely
he
yes.
should not write unreserved there if he belongs to ST category. Is it so?
No, ma'am.
Then,
What I am saying is, I am sticking to the question which you have asked.
yeah.
No, I love to not digress, you know.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
question is, when we are selecting a PWD, after selection we will ask him whether you are SC, ST or not. I am saying you will not ask him because you know whether he is SC, ST or not. Very much time at the time you are selecting him. Because when he is applying, you must tell the format in which he is applying. Because today when you are advertising a vacancy, 1000 people will apply. So you will have to give a format in which he will have to apply. That is name, father's name, caste, which caste he belongs to, or whether he is EWS or not. At this time, if he is saying I am a scheduled caste, he will have to produce his caste certificate, although the post is not reserved for scheduled caste. If he is an OBC, he will have to produce an OBC non-creamy layer. If he is a scheduled tribe, he will have to produce a scheduled tribe certificate. So if an EWS candidate is selected, and you will select the EWS candidate with the highest marks, we will not discriminate that EWS should be scheduled caste, or sorry, PWD should be scheduled caste or PW should be ST. Whichever PWD scores the highest marks, we will pick him up and put him in the system, and in the reservation roster, that same person will consume 2 points. He will consume the PWD point also, and you also have got a scheduled caste candidate.
That is understood, sir. Only my question was, we were never taking this type of format. When, if it
No,
is
I'm sure,
reserved
ma'am.
only,
You must be taking that in format. I can't believe it what you are saying.
does it?
So when he is applying, what is the format he is applying?
He applies saying that I am so and so. Yeah.
Okay, then the problem is arising because you are not doing it correctly.
All I don't know whether any other college is doing, but
No, whether you are private aided or I am not concerned. Are you applying reservation or not?
we are
So
following
then
the reservation.
How will you apply reservation if you see, whenever in doubt, I will tell you what things. The best is follow what the government is doing. Go to the GPSC site, Goa Public Service Commission site, see when they advertise the vacancies, what is the format they are asking the candidate to apply.
Is
government
college?
For example, you are asking me to tell his age. So he is writing what is his age. Why you are asking him? Because if he is over age, he is not eligible. So follow a format, and in that format, collect it. Otherwise, you will not get there will be questions, there will be no answer. If the format is not found. Yeah. Huh?
This person is recruited under the PWD category.
Yeah.
We have a separate roster for the PWD.
Of course,
So
yes.
we cannot show him also in the SC because the Department of Social Welfare has not signed that because he has been taken out.
Madam, don't worry about the social welfare, they don't understand anything.
So we need this
But
signature.
you first of all understand what we are doing. Who are they not to follow? Because it's the instructions of the government of Goa. There will be 2 separate rosters. Roster for PWD will be separate. Roster for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC will be separate. And we will work on it. In fact, I spent almost 10 minutes today morning on timetable. I don't know whether we have kept PWD reservation in this training or not. But since you have a question, I will definitely deal with PWD reservation. And we will talk about rosters also. We will get it. Don't worry. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility that you get it. It's not your responsibility. So it's a good question you have asked. We will do it.
In that case, I don't know whether the other colleges are following. Aditya College was never following this type of format which you are saying. We were asking for the application, he writes the name, qualifications, said that here, PhD or whatever it is, then the this one, those certificates and the caste certificate if he belongs to any caste and in the post of that person. However, if I see that you are, nobody was giving their caste certificate. They may belong to the caste, but they were never giving the caste certificate because the post declared is you are. This is the thing.
Right. Madam, if you are doing something wrong, I am not responsible.
No, sir, no, sir. We have to do the correction at the state level because if it is saying for.
Go follow GPSC. Why you are applying your mind when the GPSC has done it thousands of years ago? Just go to their website and see what is the format the government advertises for getting candidates. So even if they are advertising a UR vacancy, you have to collect the data whether the candidate is SC, ST, OBC or not. Because if he is selected in the service book, how you are then writing whether he is SC, ST, OBC or not? When the lecturer is joining your college, and after joining your college, you are maintaining his service book. In the service book, there is a mandatory column. Whether this person is SC, ST or how do you are maintaining it? Tell me. Ma'am, you follow what I am saying. I am only saying if you are not collecting the data, whether he is SC, ST or not, after he is selected in the service book, what are you writing? That means you are again asking him whether you are SC, ST or not. If you are asking him again, then you as well ask him at the time of the advertisement itself. Statistics. So then you should collect it at the very beginning. Okay, am I clear on this? Oh. Now we'll come to Article 335. Article 335 is a limitation on reservation for scheduled caste schedule. Don't worry, I think immediately it's a very good opportunity for you to come and discuss. Next time, whenever you advertise vacancies, follow the format prescribed by Goa Public Service Commission. It collects all the data and then, yes ma'am. Mike, please. No, I am not getting the question. Put the mic. Madam, mic लीजिए. Mic को लगाइए सामने.
If that person upon has a person with disability, but he is SC.
Then in the roster also you will write him as SC, and in future you have already got an SC. Next time there is no need to take one more SC.
Yes.
That's what we are not following.
That's what we are not following.
Therefore, I would also request all of you that please also keep reading the orders which are issued by the government from time to time. Orders are very comprehensive. So orders takes care of all these issues and questions which you are asking. So therefore, always read the orders. If possible, I will show you our orders also and read the GPSC Goa Government Personnel Department's order also. Okay? Always go to their website, download their orders, read it. Yes, madam, you have a question. हाँ, देखिएगा सेम क्वेश्चन है तो माइक यूज करिए ताकि बाकी लोग भी सुने.
PWD का पोस्ट लिया और उसका ST सर्टिफिकेट है तो बहुत जगह पे
दोनों जगह पे वो एक आपको
4% में भी क्लियर हो गया और ST परसेंटेज भी
बिल्कुल मिल गया.
दिखा सकते.
बिल्कुल. आप क्या हो गया आपके पास, आपने एडवर्टाइज तो करा था अनरिजर्व पे, तो आपको PWD मिल गया, रोस्टर में ST लिख लीजिए. अब अगले साल अगर कोई ST नौकरी छोड़ के जाता भी है तो ऑलरेडी ST आप एक्सेस ले चुके हैं. माइक मैडम मेरे को सुनाई दे रहा है.
In case of unreserved post, if you appoint OBC candidate,
then you have got an OBC as well in the next time. If he is not declaring that what he is hiding it, then he will not be treated as OBC ever.
if he gets his certificate, then we can.
If, that is what I'm saying. When you will advertise a vacancy, follow the format. Format says whether you are name, your father's name, whether you are SC, ST, OBC, EWS. If so, attach your caste certificate in the format prescribed. He will have to also produce a certificate. If he does not produce a certificate, we will not allow him to sit for the examination. It's not his choice that he can sometimes suppress his OBC caste, sometimes declare it as OBC. It's not his choice. He will have to declare it. Alright? Now, 335. 335 is another article which actually is an opposition to reservation. You can see it is not allowing reservation wherever the government thinks that there is maintenance of efficiency of administration is not consistent with reservation. So therefore we don't have reservation, as I was saying, in the Army, Navy, Air Force. That does not mean there are no OBCs or SCs or STs in the Army, Navy, Air Force. They have all come through general standards. No relaxed standards have been applied here. Because the government is of the opinion that it may affect the maintenance of efficiency of administration. However, based on this, there was a Supreme Court judgment that the Supreme Court held that in promotion you can reserve seats for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, but you will not lower the standards in promotion. So there will be no relaxation. So Supreme Court declared that in promotion you can reserve seats for SC, ST, no doubt, but you will not relax any standards in confidential reports or in examination, any departmental examination, etc. So again the constitution was amended and a proviso was added below 335, which now very clearly says that there can be relaxation in promotion for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. So it says, provided that nothing in this article shall prevent in making any provision in favor of the members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes for relaxation of in qualifying marks in any examination or lowering the standards for evaluation in reservation in matters of promotion. So promotion में जब आप SC को promote कर रहे हैं तो आपको उनके लिए अगर relax करना है standards तो आप कर सकते हैं. जैसे confidential reports देख रहे हैं तो मान लीजिए general category के लिए आपने कोई benchmark बनाया, SC ST के लिए उसको नीचे lower भी रख सकते हैं. Is that okay? Am I clear on this? Any question? So these were some amendments which were done. 4A was 77th, 81st amendment was 16.4B, amendment 335 as I just told you. और ये consequential seniority सबसे last में आया था 85th amendment. Okay, now let us quickly see what we have understood. Reservation in service for SC ST is guided by which article? 16, specifically 16.4. Huh? Now, what are the two essential conditions for reservation services? Yeah, backwardness and adequacy. Now, name the Supreme Court judgment. We declared that it is not permissible under the Constitution. Indra Sani said in reservation there cannot be any promotion. In promotion there cannot be any reservation. Indra Sani judgment, 1992. Remember, till date there has not been a bench larger than 9 in matters of reservation, till date. So if any of the opinion of Indra Sani is to be overruled, they have to bring 10 judges, 11 judges in matters of reservation. Yes. 4A. But was it initially for 10 years? कहाँ देखा आपने 10 years? कहीं नहीं दिखा था. अभी 10 years तो कहीं लिखा ही नहीं था. वो 10 years actually कहाँ पे होता है? वो पार्लियामेंट्री कंस्टिट्यूएंसी जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना था तो उसमें लिखा था पार्लियामेंट्री कंस्टिट्यूएंसी लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली दैट इज फॉर 10 years. वो हर 10-10 साल बाद एक्सटेंड होता है. बट नौकरी में रिजर्वेशन 10 years का बात ही नहीं है, बिकॉज यू हैव सीन नौकरी में रिजर्वेशन करना है ये ऐसा ही कहीं नहीं लिखा हुआ है, वो तो ये लिखा हुआ है गवर्नमेंट मे डू इट, इट्स एन एनेबलिंग मैकेनिज्म। तो 10 साल वाला बात इज अ वेरी इज अ मिथ व्हिच गोज अराउंड एवरीवेयर कि रिजर्वेशन नौकरी में 10 साल के लिए था, एक्सटेंड हो रहा है। दैट वाज ओनली फॉर पार्लियामेंट्री कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। नौकरी में कोई साल लिखा ही नहीं। ऑलराइट, आपने देखा है, आपने कहाँ देखा 10 इयर्स? नहीं देखा है, मैंने जब भी आपको देखा 10 इयर्स तो कहीं नहीं। ऑलराइट, एज पर बोलिए 4B, which article enables the government to relax the standards in promotion? 335, in fact proviso to 335. Very good, thank you very much. So now we are coming to the next question. Who is a scheduled caste, who is a scheduled tribe? Which caste we are saying a scheduled caste? Which tribe we are, which caste or groups of people we are saying a scheduled tribe? What is the criteria? So constitution, remember, does not give any criteria for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. पूरा संविधान को आप पढ़ लेंगे, उसमें ये नहीं लिखा हुआ है किसको शेड्यूल कास्ट बनाना है, किसको शेड्यूल ट्राइब बनाना है, कहीं नहीं लिखा हुआ। ऑलराइट, शेड्यूल कास्ट आर दोज हु हैव सफर्ड अनटचेबिलिटी एंड देयरफॉर दे आर बैकवर्ड। So those castes which have suffered untouchability, those castes only alone have come in the list of scheduled castes. If a caste or a community has not suffered untouchability, it cannot come under the list of scheduled caste. वो हो सकता है ओबीसी में आ जाए, शेड्यूल ट्राइब में आ जाए, लेकिन शेड्यूल कास्ट में सिर्फ वही कास्ट आएगा जिसके साथ अनटचेबिलिटी हो। अगर अनटचेबिलिटी नहीं हुआ है तो वो कास्ट नहीं आता। There is a very sacrosanct list. All right, scheduled tribes have nothing to do with untouchability. Their backwardness is not because of untouchability. Their backwardness का जो criteria है of identification of scheduled tribes are these four: indicative of primitive traits, geographical isolation, shyness of contact, distinctive culture. These are the basic norms by which we identify scheduled tribes. गोवा में उल्टा हुआ, गोवा में पहले शेड्यूल ट्राइब जो थे उन्होंने अपने आप को शेड्यूल ट्राइब मना कर दिया बनने से। लेटर ऑन देयर वाज अ क्लेम कि भाई जो एक्चुअली शेड्यूल ट्राइब थे उनको डाला ही नहीं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने। सो द परसेंटेज वाज नाउ 12%। आपको पता होगा व्हेन यू आर यूनियन टेरिटरी आपको 7.5% शेड्यूल ट्राइब लगता है। तो कई कम्युनिटीज वर एडेड इन गोवा लेटर इन द लिस्ट ऑफ शेड्यूल ट्राइब्स बिकॉज दे वर मिस्ड आउट इन द इनिशियल सेंसस। So the reasons for scheduled tribe is completely different from those of the scheduled caste. Both are backward, but the reasons are different. All right, OBCs are, OBC मैंने लिखा नहीं है, but OBCs are neither untouchables nor geographical isolation. They are within the society, but socially in the lower in the hierarchy. Hierarchy में नीचे. All right. Now comes the question: who will declare scheduled caste a scheduled caste? किसके पास पावर है? That's a very important question for because in our further discussion. किस कास्ट को शेड्यूल कास्ट बनाना है, किस कास्ट को शेड्यूल ट्राइब में डालना है, ये पावर किसके पास है? हाँ? Which government? There are two governments in India. इंडिया में दो गवर्नमेंट है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के पास कोई पावर नहीं। इस बात को अच्छी तरह से अपने दिमाग में अभी डाल लीजिए। पता है आप लोगों को, फिर भी इस बात को समझने में बहुत टाइम लग जाता है। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हैज गॉट नो पावर्स, एब्सोल्युटली जीरो इन डिसाइडिंग कि किसी कास्ट को शेड्यूल कास्ट बनाना है नहीं बनाना। उनके पास कोई पावर नहीं है। पावर किसके पास है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास। The powers of declaring a caste as a scheduled caste or a tribe as a scheduled tribe is with the central government, not with the state government. इस बात को अच्छी तरह से समझ लीजिए। Let us now read 341. इसको पढ़िए और बताइए इसमें क्या क्या बातें निकल के आ रही हैं। I hope you know that the country is run based the highest law of this country is constitution. जो constitution में लिखा हो वही करना पड़ेगा. अब constitution क्या कह रहा है? इसमें power किसको दी गई है? President. The power is with the president. So president may, with respect to any state or union territory, and where it is a state, after consultation with the governor thereof, by public notification specify castes or groups of castes as scheduled castes. So the most important thing which comes out is the power is with the president. It's not with the chief minister or the governor. All right. Any other important thing that you can see from here? बताइए. Yeah, the last three lines are very important. A scheduled caste is a scheduled caste not for the entire country, but only in relation to that state or union territory, as the case may be. And this has got a lot of legal implications. इन तीन लाइन की वजह से इसका अपना इम्प्लीकेशन बहुत ही सीरियस इसका इम्प्लीकेशन है. इसका इम्प्लीकेशन ये है कि प्रेसिडेंट जो लिस्ट बनाएंगे एससी एसटी का वो स्टेट वाइज बनाएंगे. ये नहीं लिखेंगे शेड्यूल कास्ट फॉर इंडिया. इट इज अ स्टेट वाइज लिस्ट. पहले आसाम, फिर आंध्र प्रदेश, फिर बिहार, फिर छत्तीसगढ़, फिर आगे जाके गोवा, फिर आगे जाके कहीं पे कुछ और आएगा, इस तरह से. बिकॉज द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन सेज a scheduled caste will be scheduled caste in relation to that state. और इसका implication ये है कि कोई scheduled caste या scheduled tribe अपने स्टेट को छोड़कर किसी और स्टेट में माइग्रेट कर जाता है तो he will not be treated as a scheduled caste scheduled tribe in that state. Because if he is treated as scheduled caste scheduled tribe in that state, it will violate the last three lines of the Constitution, Article 341. इसका मतलब ये है कि कोई महाराष्ट्र से गोवा में आके बस गया, a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe of let's say Maharashtra or Gujarat settles down in Goa, or a Karnataka, he settles down in Goa, he will never get the reservation in the state of Goa. Even if the same caste state, then also he will be. सेम कास्ट का सबसे बड़ा इशू है. ट्राइबल्स का तो देखिए कोई स्टेट था ही नहीं पहले. जंगल में कौन सा स्टेट होता है? एक जंगल से घुसो और दूसरे जंगल से निकल जाओ. लेकिन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज गिवन रिजर्वेशन टू शेड्यूल कास्ट स्टेट वाइज, एंड इट्स अ वेरी फार थॉट पॉलिसी. अगर ये नहीं रखते तो ये होता कि आप एडवर्टाइज करते और मीना जी आके कट. अगर ये नहीं होता तो यूपी का नौकरी में, एमपी का नौकरी में हिंदी में एग्जाम होता वहां. तो एनी पर्सन इन इंडिया कैन सिट डाउन इन एनी एग्जामिनेशन, देयर इज नो बार. अगर लोकल गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के नौकरी में कोई भी एससी एसटी इंडिया का अप्लाई कर सकता तो ओनली वन कम्युनिटी वुड हैव टेकन अप मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द जॉब्स इन एवरी स्टेट, एंड द शेड्यूल ट्राइब ऑफ दैट स्टेट वुड नॉट हैव बीन एबल टू compete with, because the level of advancement in various scheduled tribe is different in different states. जब ये आर्टिकल बना था, देयर वाज नॉट, द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वाज न्यू, कंट्री वाज न्यू, देयर वाज नॉट टू मच ऑफ माइग्रेशन फॉर जॉब्स. बट नाउ इन 2023 देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल मूविंग फ्रॉम वन स्टेट टू अनदर स्टेट फाइंडिंग जॉब्स, एंड दे आर सेटलिंग डाउन इन अदर स्टेट्स. और नाउ दिस हैज एक्वायर्ड अ वेरी बिग इशू, बट द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज सेटल्ड इट दैट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज सुप्रीम. या तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंड हो कौन करेगा इसका शेड्यूल गवर्नमेंट ये कहेगा कि एनी शेड्यूल का शेड्यूल एनी स्टेट कैन अप्लाई इन एनी स्टेट विल बी कंसिडर्ड. इश्यूइंग अथॉरिटी तो जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर रेवेन्यू ऑफिसर ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर वही चेक करेगा जो इशू कर रहा है सर्टिफिकेट. ही विल,
अगर वो wrong है,
अगर मेरी मासी की मूछे है तो वो मौसा है.
No, this I
अगर वो रॉन्ग है तो रॉन्ग है. अगर ये रॉन्ग है, ज्यादातर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर को पता ही नहीं है इसके बारे में.
No, I received this one application under SC
राइट.
for students, this thing, admission. Surname was not Goan. It was from Karnataka. So the first question came to my mind that how is the SC of that state can be considered here?
तो नहीं मिलेगा उसको.
He produced a certificate of Goa.
No, you don't have to give. You can still write back to the district collector that how you have issued it.
So
You can always write. Law is a law. District collector is not the law. Law is these last 3 lines.
see, next person who was Goan SC wrote a
It's
letter to me.
I presume it's a state government university you are talking about.
Yes.
Because the central government university in Goa will
They
not
are aided
discriminate.
colleges. They are aided.
So you will have to follow this.
So, the next candidate wrote a letter to me saying that how is that person going
Right.
SC.
Very good.
I took
That
that
means he
letter,
must have come to my training sometime.
attached it, and sent it
Very
for
good.
explanation. Till the date, I have not received the explanation.
So you must immediately write to the district collector Goa. Because you see, I'll tell you what happens. I have this argument with many state government civil servants also. They keep on arguing, no sir, we are issuing certificate. Then I stop. After a point, I stop. Because then how much you can fight with people?
No, but should
When the
not
things are
there
settled,
be any-
Supreme Court has settled it. Government of India has issued instructions that before you issue a caste certificate or a tribe certificate or even an OBC certificate, find out that his parents belong to Goa. Not he belongs to Goa. This boy of yours may have been born in Goa. Even then he will not get the reservation of SC/ST in Goa. He may be treated as a domicile, he may get the quota of domicile. But when you come into benefit of reservation of SC/ST, you will have to give it to SC/ST OBC only of Goa. If it is a state government university or state government college or state government job. If it is central government university, central government college, we will not discriminate.
If
We
his
will not.
grandparents have settled here, then
Madam, for Goa, the cutoff date is when the state of Goa came up. That will be the case. Because Goa came later. Goa is around 60s. That is the cutoff date. In fact, the Goa, the list, if you find the Goa list which the president has issued came up later because initially there was no Goa. Am I clear on this point? Okay. Now this this power was given to the president when the constitution was framed in 1950 because there was no parliament. In 1950 there was no parliament of India. First parliament came which year? 52 after the general elections. So this power was given to the president only because there was no parliament. But the list which the president issued in 1950 can only be amended by the parliament. So the clause 2 of Article 341 says, Parliament may by law include in or exclude from the list of scheduled castes. So the power of amending the list is not even with the president. It is with the parliament. So today if any caste has to be included in the list of scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, my dear friends, please note it somewhere in your mind. It will have to go to the parliament. That means the state government will write to the central government that please include this caste in the list of scheduled caste. Central government will take a call based on the Registrar General of India's recommendation, National Commission Scheduled Caste recommendation, and then introduce a bill in the parliament. The bill has to be passed by both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Then that caste will get included. So difficult. तो ये अगर ये पावर स्टेट के पास होती तो हर स्टेट को ये आता अपना फटाफट शेड्यूल ट्राइब लिस्ट में डालता और सब डलते चले जाते. Gujars, I'm sure you must have heard about Rajasthan Gujars fighting for scheduled tribe status. They are not getting it. अभी तक नहीं मिला है. अगर ये पावर चीफ मिनिस्टर के पास होता तो मिल चुका होता आपका. लेकिन ये पावर किसके पास है? पार्लियामेंट के पास. तो दे आर फाइटिंग इट आउट, लेकिन मिल नहीं रहा है. तो अपोज कौन कर रहा है उसको? हैं? मीनास को राजस्थान में शेड्यूल ट्राइब में डालने पे सबसे ज्यादा अपोजिशन किसका होगा? अदर स्टेट कौन है? गुजर का अपोजिशन क्या मीना ही होगा. तो दीज आर द इश्यूज वन हैज टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इतना आसान अगर होता तो कोई भी लिस्ट अमेंड होता फटाफट. नहीं हो रहा है. ऑलराइट, एनी क्वेश्चन? या माइक भाई आपका क्वेश्चन रिकॉर्ड हो. सर मेरा क्यों रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है?
Sir, it talks about SC, ST, but what about OBC?
OBC is interesting. OBC, the powers are both in the center and the state. So the list for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe is only center maintains. OBC has got two lists. One maintained by the center state-wise, one maintained by the center state-wise, and one each state has got the powers to maintain its own OBC list.
And what about applying? A person from Maharashtra can apply in Goa?
He can apply, but he will be treated as you are.
So OBC also is treated the same like the
No,
certificate?
if a person is OBC of Maharashtra, he will apply, he can apply in Goa, but then he will not get the benefit of OBC reservation in Goa.
So it's the same like 341.
341, 37. I'll show you the list also. Unless you see the list, you will not get the idea. Yeah, this is, let us say this is the scheduled tribe list. You see, this goes like this. This is Andhra Pradesh. Okay? Let us come to Goa. These are the scheduled tribe list of Goa. Very small. Dhodia, Kunbi, Gauda, Velik, Siddhi, Varli. These are the scheduled tribe list. Very small list. Now, some of these scheduled tribes of Goa will also be there in, let's say, Gujarat or maybe Maharashtra. If you check Dhodia, then Dhodia is somewhere else also. I think Maharashtra also it will be there. Control F, Dhodia. So it is there in Goa, it is there in Gujarat, okay? It is there in Maharashtra, it is there in Dadar, Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. अब गुजरात का ढूंढिया अगर गोवा में आ गया तो सरनेम से भी क्या पता लगेगा मैडम? हाँ, no, हाँ, that's true, but there are very simple. That means there are Dhodiyas in Daman Diu also.
What I'm saying, in Goa, this Dodia, Dubra, and all these,
हाँ.
do they exist in Goa or it was in Goa, Daman,
No,
Diu,
madam,
it was
they exist. That is why they are there. This training next time should also include one visit to the jungles of Goa to see. So who are this person? Half a day visit to Bondla. These are actual men who are residing in my Goa. The point is, if a Dhodia from Nagar Haveli settles down in Goa today, although he is a scheduled tribe both in Nagar Haveli as well as Goa, I will not give him benefit of reservation in Goa. He can apply as a general. Once is over, history, that was history. Today you have a separate state. Once entire country was same. There was no Haryana. There was no Himachal Pradesh once upon a time. Use a mic. Mic. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Use a mic.
Sir, the question coming is whether the person who was Dodia in 1961 he is staying still in Goa from 1961.
You see, when the Goa came up, that is the cutoff date. Whoever is then in settling in Goa will be treated as a scheduled tribe of Goa. Before that, after the Goa came into being, if somebody thereafter migrated, he will not be considered as scheduled tribe of Goa.
So the question is if the community person is actually from Daman and Diu, and when Goa Daman was one part. Sir, when that person Dodia in okay, sir, that community person from Daman Diu in 1961
Very good.
part of Goa. Now after that he is settling in Goa only 61 to now he is in
So
Goa
he
only.
will
So
be-
he should be. That is the question.
So the point which I am trying to make, there are a lot of common scheduled tribes and scheduled castes. So this list is state-wise. Can you see? This is not an India list. We don't say it's a scheduled tribe list of India. Because it has to be state-wise. Similarly for scheduled caste and similarly for OBC. But the only thing which you have to remember, one small thing is that for OBC there are two lists. One maintained by state, one maintained by the center. And therefore it is possible that somebody is OBC both in the state list as well as in the central list. So in the center he will get central reservation, in state he will get state reservation. Marathas when they will be declared as OBC again, in all probability, they will be included as OBC not in the central list of OBC. They will be included in the state list of OBC by Maharashtra. Central government has refused to declare Marathas as OBCs 3 times. Because according to the National Commission for Backward Classes, Marathas are not backward as per their criteria. So if they at all are included, they will be included in state list of OBC. But kindly note, such a thing is not possible for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. It is not possible for any state to include a caste in the list of state scheduled tribe, state scheduled caste, because there is no such list. Scheduled caste, scheduled tribe list is very sacrosanct. Nobody can fiddle with it except the parliament. Am I clear on this? Any question you want to ask me, please feel free. My basic point to you is that when you are making recruitment or admission, you should be very clear and you should be very adamant that anybody who is outside Goa should not get the reservation meant for SC, ST, OBCs of Goa. Whether it is right or wrong has now been settled by the Supreme Court by various judgments, and you can see those judgments. There is no point, but this is and the Government of India has issued instructions to all state government also that you please check before issuing certificates. Now, based on this discussion, let us try to understand there are 3 things which decides the status of a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe or even OBC for the purpose of treating him as SC, ST, OBC. And those 3 things are conversion, migration and marriage. So these are each very important and they are playing a big role today, although earlier it was not that important, but they have become very important now. First, let us say conversion. Conversion means conversion of religion. So according to the existing law, a person who belongs to scheduled caste community can either be a Hindu or a Sikh or a Buddhist. In other words, he cannot be of any other religion other than 3. If I am a scheduled caste, either I am a Hindu or a Sikh or a Buddhist. What does that mean? That means if I am a scheduled caste, I cannot be a Christian or a Muslim. In other words, if I am a scheduled caste Hindu and I convert to Islam, the moment I convert, I will cease to be a scheduled caste from that day onwards. Suppose I am a Sikh, I am a scheduled caste, I convert to Christianity. The day I convert, from that day onwards, I will cease to be a scheduled caste. And therefore, whenever we issue an offer appointment to any candidate who is scheduled caste, the data you are not collecting at all, you will have to write to him that in future, if you convert, please inform the administration immediately. So if you don't collect that data, who is a scheduled caste, how will you issue that clause in his offer of appointment? Am I clear on my point? किसी को कोई डाउट है, सवाल है तो पूछ लीजिए.
A person is converted to another religion,
Yeah.
so he loses his status. Right.
No, if
Yeah,
he, if
SC
a Hindu,
status. SC status.
now if a Hindu
No,
converts
no,
to
from
Sikh,
these three to another religion.
another.
Now suppose his children want to convert back to Hinduism or Sikh or Buddhist. What about their status? Whether they become SC or they remain in that religion which his parents.
They may get back provided the community accepts them. Suppose my grandfather was a scheduled caste, he converted to Christianity. My father was born as a Christian. I was born as a Christian. But I suddenly decide, oh my God, I am losing out the benefit of reservation for scheduled caste. So I decide to go back to Hinduism. And the question is whether I will be treated as SC or not, whether I will get a SC certificate or not. The answer is yes, provided my community accepts it.
But what is the role of community when law permits?
Law says if the community accepts it.
And if the original person who is converted goes back and converts into any one of these three religions, so again condition is same.
When his grandchildren can get, he of course will get it.
Yeah, but then there you are saying that the community has to accept.
Community must
So
accept it.
in case of grandchildren,
Yeah.
the generations are passed, but the person who has converted to another religion, immediately he converts back.
Then also community must accept.
Okay.
The district collector will go and find out whether the community is, people are going to his house, they come in. No, the community is a community.
Association.
Not association. They will go and generally find out whether the people are exchanging with him, people are inviting them to marriages, birthday parties.
Or is it the priest or
No, they will see everything. And then we'll write a report, yes, the community has accepted it. Normally in such cases, the community carries out some kind of customary feeding, etc. They come back. You see, let us understand one thing, that as I was telling you, social science is social science. It's not that you can give a thermometer into my mouth and decide what is my temperature. So it is basically, you see, law is as per what the community decides. So it's a very ticklish issue, but in case you are interested, you can just anytime Google, go to the YouTube and type Sandeep Mukherjee Reservation lectures. And there is something which I have made on conversion or not reconversion. And in fact, I have named it as to convert or not is the big question. So there was a case, very interesting case, when the grandchildren, the grandson decided to convert back to Hinduism. He belongs to Pulia community of Tamil Nadu. So he converted back, and Supreme Court gave a very big lengthy judgment that yes, he can get it back. So the question is, somebody 400 years ago, after 400 years ago, they are converting back, what will happen? I don't know, but this is a specific case of a grandson converting back. So if the same person converts back, of course, community must accept. Alright? So that is about conversion. So in other words, if you find any person whose name is sounding like a Christian or Muslim and he is producing a scheduled caste certificate, then be alert and carry out further investigation, etc. And don't pay too much respect to the person who has issued the certificate. They hardly understand what they are doing. So you write back to the district collector that how you have issued the certificate and let him carry out give a reply to you. So, you see, the whole purpose of training is that we must be alert. It's not only one single district collector who must understand everything. It's my job to understand who is entitled to reservation benefit. So it's a very common thing I have seen that people who have converted are still continuing to get the benefit of reservation for scheduled caste, although they have converted. Because normally what happens after conversion, they would write the name, the Christian name, or the Muslim name or the Christian name. It will go become like Rajshekhar P. Reddy. From Rajshekhar P. Reddy, what do you conclude? You conclude nothing. But the history lies in the P. That's the Christian name. So, Rajshekhar Paulson Reddy. Now your antennas will go up. Oh God. Paulson? Would a Hindu write Paulson? Would a Hindu write Shah Rukh Khan? Is there any Hindu would write name is son of Shah Rukh Khan? Probably no. But you can always write it. It's a free country. We have a freedom to name anything. In fact, the most beautiful part, I give examples of people in Tamil Nadu, Andhra. They would name their sons and daughters because I am a Bengali. So I was shocked to see somebody's name as Bose. Who is the governor of West Bengal today? His surname is Bose. Tagore, Nehru, Gandhi. So they would name their sons and daughters as the surname of great freedom fighters. So it's a free country, anybody can do it. So we have to be alert. The point is, anybody who is neither a Hindu, Sikh or Buddhist cannot be a scheduled caste. Kindly note, it has got no restriction on scheduled tribe. Mike.
Converts.
A person converts into another religion but retains his earlier name and surname. Then what?
But he would write that P.
But still,
So what
he
do you mean by
maintains-
still?
maintains
The whole thing
same.
lies in P. So please understand, you don't convert and don't follow that religion. You convert and you follow that religion. That Rajshekhar Reddy, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, he was a Christian. But they would write that Reddy surname. That Reddy surname would go. So there in Andhra Pradesh is a very peculiar thing. There are Christian Reddys and there are Hindu Reddys. And their customs are same. The customs are all same. The way their marriage takes place, the way their birth anniversary, death anniversary, they're same. But they are Christians and they are Hindus. So, India is a very confusing country, sir. If you ask a foreigner to walk into this country and understand what is going on now, he will commit suicide. He will not understand what is happening. Even after being educated, we don't understand anything. Once I was traveling from Odisha, where those rockets are launched. Balasore, excellent. One who has not seen Balasore will not believe that nature can play such mysterious things. We went to Balasore at the night and we were walking around, like this. We went almost a mile to look at the sea. So we went there, almost walked a mile and then the sea was there. In the morning, the water was here. So they are using this natural phenomena to launch the rockets and retrieve them and see whether it is working or not. So I was returning from there by train to Kolkata and along with me was a foreigner. I thought he was an Englishman. Anyway, he turned out to be Australian. So as happens, when Indians sit down with anybody, if he doesn't talk, we feel very irritated. Why is he not talking? And normally English, they don't talk to anybody unless introduced. So after some time I started asking, where are you going? So he said, I'm going to Kolkata. Then he asked me, where are you going? I said, I'm also going to Kolkata. Where are you coming from? I said, Balasore. I went down for training on. Oh, so you are a trainer? I said, yes, I'm a trainer. What do you teach? So I said, I talk about reservation and government. So he said, no, I got my ticket on time. First of all, he could not even understand really what this reservation is. So then I said, no, it's about reservation of government jobs, And so if you reserve jobs, I said yes, we reserve jobs. Because I was aware of aborigines that they had killed and exterminated. So I was getting angry. Why can't you understand, there are people different. So I said, equality. So I thought about talking about equality. Then I decided he will not understand anything about equality. So I said, you see, there are people in India who require some kind of help. So why India is a great country, you see? So I said, no, but they are very great people, but equally deprived people. They require, who's deprived here? You're doing fine. So I said, no, we are doing fine, but we have certain caste. But then I thought, if I use the word caste, he will not understand. It's not Indian audience you are talking to. भाई कास्ट क्या चीज है? आप आज शाम को जाके अपने बच्चे को बताने की कोशिश करिए कास्ट क्या है, समझा नहीं पाएंगे. Because the new generation don't even understand the caste क्या होता है. But every Hindu sitting in this room, every person who is a Hindu has a caste. हर आदमी यहाँ जो मेरे को देख रहा है उसकी कोई जाति है और वो उसको बदल नहीं सकता है. It is immutable. तो अंग्रेजों ने जब ये लिखा इट इज इम्यूटेबल तो समझ में नहीं आता क्या बात है. तो मैंने उसको बताया कि सर तो मेरे को एक आइडिया आया. ट्रेन वाज पासिंग थ्रू अ क्रॉसिंग एंड देयर वाज अ कारपेंटर वर्किंग. सो आई सेड यू सी दैट कारपेंटर एंड ही सेज मैंने कहा ही बिलोंग्स टू अ लोअर डिप्राइव्ड. तो व्हाई डिप्राइव्ड? ही इज अर्निंग सो मच. एक्चुअली देन आई गॉट अ बेटर आइडिया. उस कारपेंटर का एक बच्चा था, छोटा 3 साल की लड़की, वो बैठ के यहाँ कुछ कर रही थी, ऐसा कुछ कर रही थी. तो मैंने उसको बोला यू सी द डॉटर 3-year-old शी इज आल्सो अ कारपेंटर. अब मुझे थोड़ी देर लगा कुर्सी से गिर गया. बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, इन दिस कंट्री every Hindu sitting in this room has a caste and my son or daughter will be born with that caste. ये बात हमें समझ में नहीं आ रही है. हम अंग्रेजी बोलते हैं ना. तो the truth of the matter in Indian society is everybody has got a caste. It cannot be changed. It remains the same. And therefore when you change to other religion, तो वो religion में caste नहीं है. Christianity and Islam does not have any caste system. So therefore ST हो सकता है. वेरी गुड. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड. STs हो सकता है. ST आप कोई भी रिलीजन का हो सकता है. A scheduled tribe can be Muslim. A scheduled tribe can be Christian. But a scheduled caste cannot be a Christian. Please understand this. I don't know, sir, all this. First you understand. If there is a scheduled caste who has converted to Christianity, he may still retain his surname, his name, but he will not be entitled to scheduled caste reservation. That is what I am saying. He is not entitled. Migration. Migration, what we have talked about. You know what is migration? If a scheduled caste, scheduled tribe migrates, he does not get the benefit of reservation to the state. He has migrated. But, my dear friends, only for the purpose of state government jobs and state government educational institutions. Not for central government jobs, central government education. So please see, on migration, the SC/ST will not be done. For the purpose of स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन. अगर गोवा में कोई IIT है, गोवा में कोई IIM है, उसमें जब बच्चे अप्लाई करेंगे तो IIT IIM विल नॉट से वेदर यू आर कर्नाटका SC/ST और गोवा SC/ST, बिकॉज इट्स अ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन. बट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन होगा तो वन हैज टू बी वेरी केयरफुल कि गलती ना हो जाए. Am I clear? Is that okay? Third, marriage. the basic philosophy is marriage will not change the caste. If a scheduled caste girl or scheduled tribe girl marries a non-scheduled caste, non-scheduled tribe man, after marriage she will continue to get the benefit of SC. Children will be by the father, by and large 90%. बट हमारे यहाँ भी शादी हुई है मैडम, अभी तो हम शादी में हैं, अभी चिल्ड्रन कहाँ से आ गए? सो पहले शादी समझ लेते हैं हम. So marriage will not change the caste. It has got no effect. The boy is scheduled caste, the girl is general, they marry. The girl will remain general. She will not be entitled to any benefit of reservation. Just because she is adding the surname of the husband, that doesn't mean she will get the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe certificate. She cannot be given scheduled caste, scheduled tribe certificate. रोज गलती होता है, हर रोज हो रहा है इंडिया में. Boy will remain scheduled caste because before marriage he was a scheduled caste. Let us take it the other way. The boy is general, the girl is scheduled caste. Now marriage takes place. The girl will continue to get the benefit of scheduled caste, even if she writes the surname of her husband. And the boy will continue to be general. इसमें एक चीज ध्यान में से नोट कर लीजिए, अगर ये शेड्यूल कास्ट लड़की किसी ऐसे से शादी करती है और अपना रिलीजन भी चेंज कर लेती है, तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. मतलब गड़बड़ हो जाए, मुझे नहीं पता क्या हो जाएगी, लेकिन शेड्यूल कास्ट का बेनिफिट नहीं मिलेगा. So suppose she marries a Christian and the marriage takes place as per the personal laws and she converts to Christianity, then she will not get the benefit of scheduled caste. Or she marries a Muslim and she converts to Muslim religion, then it's gone. But she marries under Special Marriage Act and they both retain their respective religion, which is permissible under Special Marriage Act, so then there is no problem. All right? Am I clear? अब children आए, ठीक है? Now it's a very interesting thing. Again, the point of law. अब देखिए, caste is not by genetic. It is not genetic. It's social phenomenon. If you remember this, that is a social phenomena. It's nothing biological. It's not genetic. Then you will understand what I'm going to discuss now. अब बच्चा पैदा होगा तो उसको बाप का caste दे, माँ का दे. Why fathers? That's the question which comes. What do you mean by patriarchal? See, the child will be most probably reared, brought up in the atmosphere, social atmosphere of the father. And therefore, the community around will treat him as the son or daughter of that father and will accordingly treat him in the hierarchy. So, in India now, intercaste marriage, although not very common, but not very uncommon as it was in 1950. So, a lot of issues are coming up. So, one of the famous case was that, although Government of India कोई instruction नहीं है इसमें, but the famous case which came up was Ramesh Bhai, the Bhai Naika versus State of Gujarat, Constitutional Bench, 5-judge bench. And in this, intercaste marriage took place. The question was, what will the status of the child be? In this case, the father left the child, left the wife, went away. He abandoned the wife. छोड़ के भाग गया. सवाल ये आया, बच्चों को क्या कास्ट दे? बाप के साथ तो आए नहीं, बाप के समाज ने तो उसको देखा ही नहीं. इंडिया में क्या होगा? पति छोड़ जाएगा तो औरत कहाँ जाएगी? ये कोई इंग्लैंड की बात नहीं कर रहा है, न्यूयॉर्क की बात नहीं हो रही. In all probability, she will go back to her parents' house. So the question was, क्या हम अब भी उसको बाप का कास्ट दें? This was the question. So Supreme Court said that in an intercaste marriage or a marriage between a tribal and a non-tribal, there may be a presumption, that the child has the caste of the. तो law will presume कि बच्चे का caste हम क्या देंगे father. But this presumption is not final. This presumption may be stronger when the husband belongs to a forward caste. Forward caste का backward caste से शादी हुआ है, तो पापा फादर अगर फॉरवर्ड कास्ट का है तो फॉरवर्ड कास्ट का उसको यही प्रिजम्पशन है कि फॉरवर्ड कास्ट का है बच्चा. बट द प्रिजम्पशन इज नॉट कंक्लूसिव और irrefutable. Now note, it is open to the child. It is open to the child of such marriage to lead evidence to show that he or she was brought up by the mother who belong to scheduled caste or scheduled tribe community. वो एविडेंस लाएगा, वो देगा, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर के पास जाएगा, वो चेक करेगा कि बाप तो बचपन में छोड़ के भाग गया था, मर गया था, डिवोर्स दे दिया था, बच्चा कहाँ बड़ा हुआ, माता के समाज में, माँ की समाज में, तो उसमें उसको माँ का मिल जाएगा. और एडिशनली he can also show lead evidence that he was always treated a member of the community to which her mother belonged. तो ऐसा अगर वो एविडेंस रीज करता है तो कोई 100% नहीं है कि फादर का ही देना है, तो मदर का कास्ट दे देंगे उसको. नॉर्मली इट विल बी, नॉर्मली मैंने क्या कहा, नॉर्मली क्या होगा, फादर. क्योंकि नॉर्मली कहाँ जाएगा, लड़की की शादी होने के बाद लड़की कहाँ जाएगी, फादर के समाज में चली जाएगी. तो बच्चा कहाँ पड़ा होगा, नॉर्मली फादर के समाज में, तो ऑब्वियसली ही विल गेट द कास्ट ऑफ. Am I clear? So now what we can do, shall we break for lunch or can we carry on for a little more? Break? Huh? Continue, we can continue, na? Okay, so what we'll do immediately, I would request you just take out the first page of the exercise and if possible do the questions as quickly as possible so that by lunch, after the lunch we meet, we are in a better position. And thereafter I will discuss, when we will do the question, we will discuss the caste certificates also. Group exercise, first page, only the first page. Just the first page. कर लें, डिस्कस कर लें, है ना? मैंने आपको सब नहीं कराया लेकिन फिर भी यू कैन ऑलवेज डू इट. देखिए, द कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट इज टू बी फर्निश्ड, शुड बी इन द प्रिस्क्राइब्ड प्रोफॉर्मा ओनली, है ना? द फॉर्मेट हैज बीन प्रिस्क्राइब्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, नोबडी कैन चेंज इट because the state governments have got no powers on SC/ST's matter. The powers are only with central government. Central government has prescribed format. Now, therefore, if it is not in the format, you should not accept it. But why I have written this question is, if it is not in the format, but prima facie he or she belongs to SC/ST, you feel it, because based on whatever appears, you will not send her or him away. The instruction says, if prima facie whatever he has produced proves that he is SC/ST, you will keep him. It is called provisional appointment. And you will give him reasonable time that within this time go and obtain your certificate in the prescribed format. Because it is not the fault of the candidate if it is not in the format. It is the fault of the district collectors if it is not in the format. Sometimes even if the format is there, they don't fill up all the relevant material. So what is there in the format? Let us try to understand. So in caste certificate, immediately after appointment of the person, get it verified. If you have any doubt, write to the district collector. And till then the appointment remains provisional. So also remember, when you are issuing the offer of appointment to a scheduled caste, scheduled tribe or OBC candidate, there is one mandatory paragraph in the offer of appointment. That is, that your appointment is provisional till your certificate is verified and found correct. And if it is found to be false, your services shall be terminated without any reason. So only when he accepts this condition, you will appoint him, not otherwise. If it doesn't accept, you will not appoint him. Am I clear on this point? If the candidate produces a prima facie evidence, he should be appointed on provisional basis. Am I clear on this point? And the last, no confirmation of the candidate unless it has been verified. So there should not be any occasion when after 5 years or 6 years you are checking it and finding that the certificate is false or this or not. It should be done immediately.
Certificate in the proper format at the time of appointment. Supposing it is issued later at a later date, that means at the time of interview, he or she was not eligible.
Yeah, you are right. We should insist that you produce a format at the time of interview itself. But you know what happens sometimes, format certificate has been issued to him, but something is missing in the certificate. We have often seen, you must have seen certificates, we will shortly see, that the district collector has, or the revenue authority has also to mention by which notification this caste was declared as a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe or OBC. They don't even tick it. Sometimes in my long career I have seen they will write the name of a caste which does not occur in the list of that state. For example, very famous case is that of Halba Kostis. You must, anybody from Maharashtra would know that there is a community called Halba Kosti in Maharashtra. The government of Maharashtra kept on issuing them scheduled tribe certificates. Whereas Halba Kosti do not occur in the list of Maharashtra as scheduled tribe. But they kept on issuing. People did not even check. They saw the certificate. They wrote to the district collector, you have issued it. He said, I have issued it. They did not even check whether this tribe or caste is there in the list or not. So after 10 years, thousands were recruited in scheduled tribe posts in Maharashtra, and the matter went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said they have no power, state government of Maharashtra has no powers to declare a caste as a scheduled tribe or scheduled caste. But by that time, so many were recruited, they said those who have been recruited cannot be thrown out. Now onwards, it don't. So let us understand, this country is full of confusion, hardly people understand these things, and the benefit or the wrong benefit goes to somebody else. Now, what is the format? This is the format. If you see carefully, I'll now try to tell you what exactly is coming in the certificate. Now it is saying this is to certify that Shrimati Kumari, that is the name of the candidate. Number one. So caste certificate should be the name of the person who is producing the certificate. Then it says son and daughter of whom. That means the name of the father or the name of the mother should come. There is no place for the name of the husband. And Haryana government was consistently issuing certificates of married girls and writing the name of the husband. It took us 4 years to tell them that, please, for God's sake, understand, husband is inconsequential in reservation. It is the name of the mother or the father which should come. This is not a passport. This is a caste certificate. So then the name of the mother and the father. Now see what is coming now. No, anybody. One. Then the name of the village. Kindly note the certificate does not say only the name of the state. It is also mandatory to write the name of the village or the town. Then what is mandatory? District or division. Then the name of the state or union territory. Why we are writing all these things? That's true, but we are writing all these things because in this confusing country, there are castes which is scheduled caste in left side of the river, but the same caste is not scheduled caste on the right side of the river. Now explain this to an Australian. He'll say, no, sir, this is not possible. How is it possible? And you take up any state, 9 out of 10 states you will find examples after examples where it is written this caste and in bracket they will write Tirunelveli district, so district, Sangora district, this. Only in 3 districts is scheduled caste. Rest of districts is not. So it's a confusing country, I can't help it. So accordingly, because whether I have treated that caste as untouchable or not is a localized phenomenon. This side of the village have treated them as untouchable. That side of the village population have not traditionally treated them as untouchable. So accordingly, one side have been included in the list of scheduled caste, another not been listed. Dhobi, washerman. Dhobi is a scheduled caste in Uttar Pradesh. But Dhobi, when you go to Madhya Pradesh, is scheduled caste only in 3 districts. Only in 3 districts. Sehor, I think Bhopal and Raisen. Rest of the Madhya Pradesh, Dhobis are not scheduled castes. They are OBCs. Now see the confusion. Dhobis are also OBC in state and Dhobis are also OBC, a scheduled caste in that same state. But then you are not treated as untouchable by the society. So if the society treated you, then it's a question of.
One will prove that in the past they were untouchable.
They are social gazetteers maintained by the Government of India. What do you think district magistrate does whole day?
But still it's very tricky.
It has to be tricky. You are not buying potatoes. You are not buying tomatoes. You are dealing with men. How many Konkanis are there in Goa? There are 5 varieties of Konkani. As a Goan, you can immediately make out he does not belong to. But all tomatoes look same. The language is different. So what can I do? You are not dealing with, science. You are dealing with social science. This confusion, and particularly in India, when you in India, Goa is such a small state, yet you have so many Konkanis here. In 2023, you can't make out, but why it is so? Why there are different Konkanis? Because there was no mixture of people earlier. These people on the left side of the river would be born there and would die there. They would not go to the other side of the river. So that is why each culture would be unique. So now see the village, town, etc. And then it says, last line, belongs to this caste or tribe. First paragraph, last line, belongs to this caste or tribe. And now further it says, which is recognized as scheduled caste, scheduled tribe Under which notification? I can give you thousands of examples from my career where we found that caste certificate has been issued to a community which is not listed anywhere in the Government of India register. Thousands of examples. It will only take time, but so therefore you will have to check all these whether it is there or not, and write back to the district collector that it is not correct. Please tell us how it has been written. The OBC certificate is also same. First paragraph, if you see, is same. There is no difference. But the second paragraph changes in OBC. Here you have to mention that he or she does not belong to creamy layer. And now, for God's sake, don't ask me who is creamy layer, because that criteria is more complicated than differential equation. Nobody till late has understood what the government wants to say. There are so many criteria that at the end of the last criteria you will not know what you started with. Only one of them is income, 8 lakh rupees per annum for 3 consecutive years. Rest, there are many other criteria, but let us keep the discussion simple. So in OBC you will have to also write that it does not belong to criminal. And then the signature of the, please remember these authorities are all revenue authorities. This power is not with the principal of a college or panchayat president or a gazetted officer or a bank manager or an MLA or an MP. Even President of India cannot issue a certificate. Who is competent to sign the certificate? Any person who is a revenue authority. What is so special about revenue authorities? Why this power is not with any Tom, Dick and Harry in government of Goa? I think it should have been given to a gazetted officer, school principal. He, she know best whether this candidate is SC/ST or not, or the panchayat head. Why it has not been given to them? It has been given to a revenue authority because only the land records, which are permanent records, are available or access only to a revenue. He can only say whether in the 1970 this man's forefather or grandfather was residing in this village, in this district or not. From the land records, he can tell. They also maintain every year who is staying in a village. You work in the revenue department, they have to maintain by name who are the persons staying in that village. So they maintain this data. Nobody else can confirm. And those data are also sometimes wrong or washed away or gets flooded. So those are different issues. So please understand the caste certificates are a very important thing which we issue. Am I clear? Now coming to question number 3. Question number 3. Tell me, why it is not acceptable? Yeah, because probably, we should always in India never be certain. We should always write probably he is a Christian. So anything can happen in this country. Never be sure in this country what you come to conclusion. So probably a person who is saying my name is Daniel Robert Gansalves cannot be a Hindu or a Sikh or a Buddhist. Probably he is a Christian. If he is a Christian, then how he is producing a scheduled caste certificate? Something has to be wrong. So further investigate the matter, check whether. So I'll check all these things. Alright? Question number 4. Question number 4. Whether the son will be treated as scheduled tribe? Why? But he is Dodia tribe. Dodia tribe is scheduled tribe both in Maharashtra and Goa. Huh? But he migrated in Goa. He is not from Goa. No, post is in Kendriya Vidyalaya, but he has not applied in Kendriya Vidyalaya. Had he applied in Kendriya Vidyalaya, he would have got reservation benefit. But his daughter has applied in Kendriya Vidyalaya. He has applied where? Ponda. No, not Ponda. Who said Ponda? Ram Kumar has applied where? School teacher, municipal school, Ponda, yes. So he has applied in a state government school. So therefore, state government cannot give him reservation. His daughter will get reservation because she has applied it. Very good. Excellent. Question number 5. She should get, yeah, very good. She has married a scheduled tribe boy, but she belongs to ST community. She is married a general community boy, but after marriage, the girl will continue to remain scheduled tribe and will get the benefit of scheduled tribe. All right. Question number 6. What do you say? Scheduled caste candidate will get benefit of EWS? He cannot get, however poor he may be, he will have to seek reservation only under scheduled caste category. EWS is a general category candidate who is poor. Am I clear? So let us now break. Ashant, shall we break for lunch? Oh. SC can become UR. No, EW, I could not get. EWS cannot become SC. How can he become SC? Because he was not born as a scheduled caste. Yeah. UR, under UR. So EWS can also apply under UR. Yeah. No, he cannot apply. But SC can apply against UR and EWS also can apply against UR. So it is 1:30 by 2:30 we should be back in this room.